not one, but two boxes were sent to me by Elgato. We're going to check them out right now. By the title and thumbnail, I'm sure you can guess what is inside of these. But let's start unboxing this without further ado. XLR cable. Very good. Let's take a look at it. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Dude. Look at that. Do you see that? That's braided. How beautifully braided that is? This is a beautiful XLR cable, and I cannot wait to hook this bad boy up. But what's in the other package, you ask? I'm glad you asked. There it is. It is the Wave DX Mic. Their XLR microphone, and I am so stoked for this because I feel like there hasn't been a competitor in the $100 range for a while because there's been a couple of microphones that have really slid into that position. So I'm excited to see what this sounds like. But we're going to continue unboxing this. Then we're going to head over to the stream setup, set this bad boy up, give it a first glance, and then we're going to take a look. Before I go any further, I'm going to say, yes, Elgato sent me these. No, they did not ask to see this video before I produced it. No, they did not pay me or money exchange hands or anything like that. This is literally just them sending me this because I tweeted at them and said I would love to know what it sounds like. And they gracefully sent it to me. All right, continuing the unboxing. Okay, definitely some weight to it. Yo, this thing looks so good. Right off the first bat. Also, if you've been streaming for a while, you know why they put that there. I'm just gonna say the Blue Yeti and how most people used it when it first came out. I'm not trying to act like an elitist, but if you know, you know. That's pretty much all that's in there. But I'm actually super excited to hook this up and try this bad boy out. This thing is super dope. So this is Elgato's first XLR microphone that they have introduced to the market, and I'm super pumped about it. What I love is the fact that they didn't try and attack the high-end market. Reason being is because I feel like if you go too high in the market, you're now looking at the SM7B and the RE20, which are both microphones that are known for ages about how their quality is and stuff like that. So I feel like this is probably the best market to attack, and I think where it needs the most options, because off the top of my head, I can only think of a couple microphones I would recommend that are probably under like a couple $100, if that. But this thing is gonna be, I have a lot of high hopes because this thing is coming in at $100. Now, it does feel like there's a plastic housing on this. Which, I mean, like, it would be nice to have all metal, but this part is metal, it sounds like, or feels like, and this has a lot of weight to the bottom of it, but I'm still pretty excited to hook this up and try it out. Again, maybe the plastic was to save some money, which, again, kudos for them if they're trying to keep the cost down, because if they made this metal, who knows, maybe it could have been a $200 microphone instead of $100, but I really don't think it's going to impact the sound performance, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hook this bad boy up and see what it sounds like. I'm going to do a sound test first of my SM7B, which is, we'll see what it sounds like. We're gonna see if this can even stand up to the cream of the crop, I guess you could say. But also one thing to note is it does come with a thread mount already made into it, so that way it'll quickly adapt to whatever mic arm that you're using. So it's already built into it, which is awesome. Love that feature. So let's go and hook this bad boy up.
All right, what's going on, everyone? We are currently at the stream station, totally the exact same day. Definitely didn't have a mishap with the other video, but we're going to be trying this out. I want to give you guys an idea of what my Shure SM7B sounds like. Even though it's a much more expensive microphone, I want to give you guys a baseline of it just to hear what it sounds like. So, look at that little thing. Look at that little, look at the little mini Go XLR, dude. Sick. That's so cute. And then also to give you guys an idea, I'm using the Go XLR Mini right now, and then this is the mic setup sound. 50 dB, and this is what my gate is at, this is what my mixing is at, and this is what my compressor's at. And then also, just to show you, All right, this is basically just flatline, no compression whatsoever, how the mic naturally sounds. Let's go and plug in the Wave now. We adjusted the gain down to 40 for the decibels, and this is what it sounds like. This is just all natural, no nothing whatsoever. Honestly, so far it sounds pretty good, and also I haven't heard any plosives as well, and this is pretty close to my mouth as well, and I'm actually kind of impressed with that. So let's go ahead and give it the same EQ as my Shure and see if it sounds anything similar to it or not. Okay, so I think I actually found the optimal settings I like for this microphone paired up with the Go XLR. So, the Go XLR Mini. Microphone set to 35 dB. We have the gate set to 10, +3 for the bass, -2 for the mids, +2 for the treble, and then we have 60 for the compressor, but I dropped the actual makeup gain down to 5. So it's a lot less harsh when the compressor does kick in. A couple things I do want to try is I actually want to try a handling test and see what it sounds like if I'm actually handling like the desk and stuff like that, or if I'm typing behind it. So let's go ahead and now we're going to go ahead and try a typing test and see how it sounds. It's actually pretty good. I was typing on it pretty decently. And I'm going to go ahead and like almost kind of like bang on the desk a little bit and see if it picks it up. Okay. All right. So I'm actually kind of impressed because you actually really have to actually like hit this thing pretty well. Even if you like bump it by accident, you're not going to actually do that with these settings. If you have it set up this way, you're not just going to like by accidentally activate the microphone. So as far as handling noise, it doesn't have a whole lot of it, which is nice. The polar pattern on it actually works very well considering it just comes directly at you. Also too, I haven't heard any plosives and I'm just right up on the microphone pretty much. And I haven't heard any like major plosives, which some of the other microphones, plosives were kind of an issue. Like some of the previous microphones I've actually reviewed, I have had a problem with my plosives, and this is not a problem. And I'm speaking directly into it right now. I'm not even speaking on the side axis of it or anything like that. And there's no plosives I can actually see or hear, I guess. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's go back to a head-on talking portion of the video, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up and see what we think.
All right, so let's go over the sound test. So personally, I feel like whenever I hooked this up and I even just flatlined and then EQ'd it, I feel like there wasn't that much of a difference between that and the SM7B. Now, maybe it's just the way that I EQ my microphone or something like that, but I think this thing sounded freaking amazing. And then a couple other things I want to notate about it, but for a $100 microphone, I want you to honestly comment in this comment section down below. Did you think there was a $300 difference between that mic and the Wave DX? I'm gonna be very impressed if people say yes. But let's go and talk about some of the positives about the microphone that I feel right off the bat. So number one, this thing's internal pop filter worked extremely well. So I noticed whenever I was even right up on the microphone speaking, there was no plosives I could hear, which is fantastic because that's one super annoying thing. If you don't know what a plosive is whenever the air actually hits the microphone and agitates it, and you hear this weird like almost like a thud sound pretty much. That's what a plosive is. But that thing had no plosives whatsoever, which was super impressive. Now also the rear access rejection on this guy is phenomenal. When I was actually going and I was actually speaking from behind and I was banging on my keyboard, I really didn't notice that much like sound. Actually, most times it wasn't even being picked up, period. Now, yes, it's gonna be partially due to the gate that I have set on the actual microphone, but still the fact that you can have a gate like that and it's not picking up that much noise from behind is actually really impressive. I found as soon as I started getting off the access pretty quick, I noticed the decrease in volume extremely fast. So if you're a broadcaster, I think that is actually perfect. Or even if you're doing a podcast too and you want to make sure you're not picking up anyone else in the room, I think that's actually a phenomenal feature of it. So I do like the way it is mounted too. So a lot of microphones, they have this weird way that they mount, or they might have like a Y mount or a yoke mount or something like that. But I feel like I actually kind of like how this has just one side that it mounts to versus like a center mount. Also too, the fact that you can flip around is also really neat. So kudos to them for that. Before I dive into the negatives, this thing is actually pretty sensitive in the sense that it doesn't require much gain to be powered. I actually dropped the gain quite a bit from the SM7B and it still sounded almost louder than my SM7B with way less gain. And I feel like that's a thing to note because not every single mixer is going to be super powerful, but it just rest assured that you don't have to worry about having a cloud lift or anything like that to get good clean gain out of it, because you don't have to crank your gain all the way up to get good sound out of it. Now let's go ahead into the parts I didn't like so much about the microphone, which one thing is that the plastic construction to me is a little bit weird. I don't kind of like it. However, I feel like the reason why they did that is probably to save some money. But there are some other microphones I've seen that are $100 as well that have full metal bodies. But the mic still feels good. It does have a nice construction to it. It doesn't feel cheap by any means. It's just a little bit weird that it is plastic. That is one thing that I didn't like about handling the microphone. But to be honest, on screen, I feel like that's not a huge deal. I don't think anyone's going to notice that or complain about it. And also, I don't really think you're gripping your microphone that much. And if you are, no judgment. Okay, maybe I do grip my microphone like that from time to time, but still. And then one more thing I do want to note about it, because some other manufacturers feel like they're starting to just get away with this. There's no like major branding on the side. And I feel like that for me is a major drawback of a microphone. If there's a giant like brand blasted on the side, this just has a nice little Elgato emblem and that's completely it. I mean, heck, if you really wanted to, you could probably just take that out and just like change the color of it or even just get rid of it and you could just rock it without a brand on it. But to me personally, I hate whenever people ruin the aesthetic of a microphone by blasting their brand all over the side of it. So another big shout out to Elgato for doing that. So to be honest, overall, I think so far this microphone is amazing for $100. Like I don't see where you could go wrong with this thing. However, I do want to let you know that at the time of this video, I'm going to be using this microphone for a couple of weeks just as my main microphone. So if you guys want to hear what it sounds like, feel free to drop by my Twitch channel. It's going to be listed down below. Or even stop by on TikTok. I'm going to be live on there as well. I think they really nailed it out of the park with this one, especially going for the budget market the way they did and saving money where they could to help make sure that they were increasing the quality of the actual microphone itself. Again, plastic body, but the fact that it sounds that good, I can easily overlook that with no problem. And that's pretty much it. I do want to remind you guys though that I did get this microphone for free. No, they are not seeing this video before this actually gets put out. No, they did not tell me what to script or write or anything like that. They did not pay me any money to do this. No money exchanged hands for this video. This is all my own honest thoughts. Keep in mind too, if you guys want, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I am going to be putting this microphone up against other ones as well too in that same market as far as the price point. But if you guys just like the content, you like my goofy self, then I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also, again, comment down below. Did you think there was that much of a difference between the DX, which is the Wave microphone, and the SM7B? We're talking $300. That can buy you a lot of stuff, like a stream deck. Thank you guys so much for the video. I appreciate it. Go out, create something amazing, and have fun. I hope this helped you. And I'll see you. I don't know. I'll see you when I see you, I guess. Adios.